Ghosts and Ghouls, Warlock Boo here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a comic again. I know I haven't done these in a while, and I've had a lot of requests to review a comic. So this time, I'm not going to be reviewing a web comic. I'm going to be reviewing an actual comic book series, or a graphic novel, if you would. What am I reviewing? Well, I'm reviewing Marvel Zombies. Now, what is Marvel Zombies, you may ask? It's what it sounds like. It's if the Marvel universe was infected with a zombie virus. Okay, say superheroes would win out, wouldn't they? Well, no. What if this virus specifically targeted those with superpowers? How would it work? How would these versions of zombies differ from a normal zombie? And that's what asked in this series. And can you become a hero once you've done unspeakable things? Can you go back to being normal? A lot of these questions get answered in this comic, and it's much deeper than it sets out to be on top. Now, the series is a gore fest. I will give it that. It is a gore fest. It's a zombie comic. What are you expecting? There are some gory panels. The whole series, what I read, was Marvel Zombies Volume 1 Collector's Edition and Volume 2 Collector's Edition. My local library had both. They didn't have 3, so I can't really finish the series. But they had 1 and 2, which I was not even knowing they had. I just happened to stumble upon them. Now, Marvel Zombies, I was quite intrigued with, because I didn't think I'd like it. I thought it would be stupid, idiotic, just gore for the sake of gore. But what is it, really? Now, in the series, it starts with the Ultimate Universe, the Ultimate Fantastic Four, accidentally making contact with the zombie universe, being tricked into coming, well, Mr. Fantastic is anyways, and meeting his zombie counterpart, who they want to get into their universe and spread the virus and eat. Now, who saves him? How does he get home? Well, Magneto saves him. And then he gets saved by the rest of the other Fantastic Four from the Ultimate Universe. They're saved. Everything goes good. Magneto stays behind to destroy the teleporter device. Good. End of story, yeah? No. That's just the beginning. In the end, the whole story starts off as an Ultimate spinoff. Like that. It was just supposed to be a one-shot, nice little thing. But people got curious. What happens to Magneto after? What happens to these zombies? How did they get made? Why are they here? What do they act like? Well, we really start to see. It starts off with is Magneto running from the zombies after he saved the Fantastic Four and a few humans. And the zombies wanting to eat him. What zombies are chasing him? We got Captain America, who is actually Colonel America in this, which is unusual. We got Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Ant-Man. They're all chasing him down, determined to get a piece of him. Thor, Hulk. Hulk is now not angriest there is, or strongest there, he is hungriest there is. And the other zombies are kind of terrified of that. Makes sense. But they eventually catch Magneto, rip him into pieces, and devour him. Now, this is where we start to get a difference in the zombie virus. After the zombies eat, they become like they were before. Their minds clear, and they become intelligent again. They become thinking. They think as if they were before. The hunger is not hurting them. It's not blocking their senses. And now they are how they were, how they should be. And it's an interesting concept. Usually after zombies eat, they would just go look for more food. Not in this. They sit down there and they regret what they just did, a lot of them. You have Spider-Man, who just starts bawling and apparently becomes emotional after he eats. Because he just wants to die. He doesn't want to be this, but when the hunger takes over, he becomes it. He ate Mary Jane and Aunt May. He mourns that. He's constantly crying because of that. He will not remove his mask anymore because he can't bear to see his own face because of what that is. But he can't die. The zombie virus won't let him. Even if you cut a head off of a zombie, the head still lives. And the head is still hungry. Even without a body, it still demands food. Meaning this zombie virus is more of an addiction. It makes you want it. Now, and you also see that Hulk reverts back into Bruce Banner, which Bruce Banner doesn't like because the Hulk eats too much and Bruce Banner's body cannot sustain it. His stomach literally rips open because of this. And a hole is in his stomach because of this. The Bruce Banner's another one that doesn't want to be a zombie. He just wants to die. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to be like this. But whenever he's hungry, he just turns right back into the Hulk, and the Hulk likes it. And it's quite, like I said, it's very interesting. What we see is a world that is gone, destroyed. There's no humans left. We get like nothing. There are next to no humans at all. No mutants even. We do find that some of the heroes have started liking being these zombies too much. We have Ant-Man. He seems to like eating people. He even is keeping Black Panther held in a room, sedated, and cutting pieces off of him. So he doesn't change Black Panther into a zombie because the zombies can't eat each other. They make each other sick. But he can still feed and keep a clear head. And he even mentions that if I become normal again, I still think I would eat people because now I can't stop. And that is terrifying. And in the comic, of course, Black Panther gets away. He meets up with some members of Asteroid M. They leave the Earth and stuff happens. Well, we get the zombies who eventually kill and devour Silver Surfer and gain some of his power. They then devour Galactus and become the new fucking Galactus. You got zombified Galactus. Which ones become Galactus? Iron Man, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Hulk. I think there's one more, but I can't fully remember. It was freaky, and they're devouring planets and eventually gain more people on their side. They get a zombified Thanos, a zombified Phoenix, a zombified Fire Dancer, I think his name was, and zombified Guardian. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. Some heroes I don't know as much as others. I know. I'm not. I need to throw out my comic book fan license. I don't know all the heroes. Sorry, but we get these zombified versions, and they're being Thanos. Well, while they're gone, humans start to come back, start to repopulate. They start to become new. But there's a revolution brewing between Black Panther, who is now king of this new world, and someone else who is the son of one of his rivals, who thinks he should be king. And he tries to assassinate Black Panther. But Black Panther has a trump card. Wasp. You see, he has Wasp's zombified severed head. He gave her a robotic body, and she has, after not eating so long, fought off the urge to eat human flesh, showing it is an addiction. It's not just this virus, but it's an addiction. And to save him after he's almost assassinated, she bites him, turns him into a zombie, and they devour the assassin. Then lock themselves up so they won't eat anyone else until they can fight the urge. Eventually do. Now, around this time, we get back the zombie Avengers coming back. But with some differences. You see, Spider-Man and Luke Cage kind of decide, you know what? We're tired of this. Spider-Man starts to realize, I'm not hungry like I used to be. I'm thinking clearer more of the time. And he starts protecting the humans, along with Luke Cage. He gets ripped in half, but he's protecting the humans. I mean, he's held together with staples at one point, which is kind of hilarious. And as it goes, this war between the zombies and the humans are breaking out. And they got all these zombies just fighting and fighting. And the zombies are about to win and realize we're not hungry. And that's where the first issue ends, really. That they're not hungry anymore. They don't need this. And then it starts to get weirder and weirder and weirder. And this series is just so weird. I gave away a lot. I gave away a lot of spoilers at the beginning of this. And I really don't want to give away more. But it's so hard not to. This comic series is just so weird. It has a crossover with the what's it called? Army of Darkness, and Ash gets teleported to this world to try and stop them. And you see werewolf universe of them. You got robots fighting them. You got zombies fighting zombies. I mean, What started this? Well, it's actually hilarious. You see, a zombie superhero fell from the sky from another universe. Avengers came to see what was happening, and they were infected. Who was the zombie one? Well, originally, before they almost got sued, it was a zombie Superman. He had, he looked like Superman but with long hair, had his symbol ripped off, and he infected everyone. You can actually find first issues of this comic with a zombie Superman in it before DC got pissed and filed some kind of claim on them. They changed it to the Sentinel later, but I love that it was Superman that infected them. I mean, I don't think they were doing it to be mean either. It was just a nice little nod towards DC. But got me wondering, I want to see a DC zombie now. But this series is great. And if you like Walking Dead, this was created by the guy that created the Walking Dead comics. And one of my favorite writers wrote for some of these, which was Jonathan Mayberry, and I love that. Now, this actually does bleed into the main universe at some points. They have to fight the zombies. They send some robots in to make a cure for it. And eventually they have to go, the Sons of Midnight, I think they're called, a group I never heard of, that are made up of a werewolf who I don't know who it is. Morbius, a Spider-Man bad guy who's a scientifically created vampire who feeds off plasma. Two others, I really don't. A possessed priest, I think he is, and some woman. Sorry, I really don't know who they are. But they're tracking down the zombified head of Deadpool. Yes. Who's working with a more traditional zombie who doesn't talk. He's just a more traditional. He doesn't eat people. He's the one that, like the African style, that were brought back to work on a farm. And neither of them want to hurt people, you find out. The zombified Deadpool head doesn't have the hunger anymore. And he's like, I just want to leave. I just want to go. I just want to leave. And this thing's kind of helping them. They don't realize they're causing all this, but they are. But it actually connects with Deadpool because Deadpool finds the zombified head of himself and he puts him on his team. Yeah, because only Deadpool can, right? But the series is great. The art is brilliant, but it is twisted. It is dark. It is sick. It is gory. And I love it. When the heroes aren't thinking right, when they're not being the heroes, they're just being the zombified messes, they are twisted. They find pleasure in pain and hurting people. And it is so sick and sadistic. And I love it. They find pleasure in chasing people and ripping them apart and eating them. And then they feel remorse right after because now they're thinking straight. Now they're not the zombie-minded anymore. They're themselves and they're like, why do we do that? Why are we doing this? And I love that. It is so twisted. It is so bizarrely weird. And I like the spin on it. But it's great. I suggest this comic. I really do. It is such a good comic. As long as you don't mind blood and gore and dark humor, it is a comic series I suggest getting the collector's edition. They have way more than the normal just graphic novel. They got like 2 of the graphic novels per collector's edition, so it works great if you get that, but they're $35 a piece. I'll leave a link down below to Barnes & Noble's site on it. You can click it if you want and buy them. Yeah, but I do suggest this. I give it a high rating. The art is great. What's better than the art is the covers. The covers take traditional Marvel covers and zombify them in such a disturbingly sick way. When I first saw these when I was in college, they disturbed me. It gave me nightmares. Just because Spider-Man ain't Mary Jane? Why did Spider-Man eat Mary Jane? They actually show it in one comic too called Dead Days, which is the prequel. But yes, look this up. Read these if you need. It is brilliant. And I say go as far as you can with this. As long as you're not the Scream is short. Now, I will keep reviewing these comics. I got a Batman one that is quite interesting. And I got some webcomics. I'm wanting to review The Adventures of God. An emo boy living with gamer girl and whatever girl. Something like that. I'll get around to it. Don't worry. I'll be reviewing those here soon. But until then, tell me down below what you think of the series. Did you like the series? Did you not? Do you think it's too dark and gory and just ruins the all comic books for you? Tell me below. And remember, if you comment on my videos for the next 2 weeks, not in a row, you don't have to watch every one of my videos, just comment at least on one, and share some of my videos and subscribe, I will be giving away a prize, a zombie survival kit. And I will contact the winner in the next 2 weeks to tell them, hey, you won! Tell me your address so I can send it. But until then, this has been Warlock Boo! Hoping to be spoken y'all later. Bye!